if anyone's gonna watch this, but I do know that this is going on my YouTube channel. So if anyone from my channel on here, or if they're going to watch afterwards, hello. I'm sure that I probably have more people probably gonna watch like afterwards, but we're just gonna go with it for right now. Hey, what's up? Yeah, so like let me know if you guys can like hear all right. I am in a different location than I was before, so if you can't like hear me or anything, just like let me know. But basically, I thought that I would sit down and like chat with you guys because I haven't talked to you in a long time. So if you guys like have any specific, you want to do like a Q&A or anything, I know I have like one thing that I do definitely want to talk about, but it's a little bit on the heavier side. But if you have any like questions that you want to ask me first before I like get into the whole um I don't know what you want to call it, like advice or rant or like a story thing or whatever. Um or what we can do is that whenever you have questions, just like let me know in the chat. Um okay. Hello. Thank you for those of you who are commenting saying that I you guys like send me so many messages and so many DMs and so many like comments on all my videos, and I honestly like love that so much. I think it's so nice to have like so much support from you guys, especially because I don't really have much feedback in terms of like I'm not that big or anything, so even if it's just like one comment or like one message like this, or if you guys like DM me saying that, hey, I love your videos or something like that, it's like always makes my day. But hello, Ray, and hello to everyone else who's watching. I don't know who exactly you guys are. If you want to like let me know your names, I can definitely like shout you out. But I sort of wanted to make this like I wanted to live stream this instead of just making this a video because I don't usually do like sit down just like talking videos unless um it's more of a reaction or it's more of like a positive thing. That's why like I decided to do it on this. But again, like I'm saying, those of you guys who are from my channel, or I'm assuming not a lot of people are going to be watching me like right now, but this is going to be on my YouTube channel so you guys can check it out later. But I am going to be discussing the whole I'm afraid to say it because I feel like you guys might not. I don't know. I'm gonna be talking about the whole like, the Logan Paul thing that's been going on, just because I feel like that's such a huge thing right now, and um, I didn't want to make like a whole YouTube video because I feel like there's way too many of those out there, and it's just like, why not? Everyone's talking about it, so um, let me go for it. Basically, if you guys obviously, if you don't know what this is or if what's been going on, like where have you been? Because like this is literally on the news. Like I actually like turn on the news and this is what happens. Like I see like the headlines. Oh, Logan Paul did this or whatever. So that's like how big he is at this point. But that's why I decided to like sort of talk about it because I think that even as like a small creator or like small like YouTuber. Some of you guys call me YouTubers. I don't really know if I'm a YouTuber or not. And I don't really know what qualifies as me being a YouTuber. But regardless of that, I feel like small people like us, I should definitely like have a say and like have an opinion on this whole thing because he is so big, right? Like he has 15 million people subscribed to his channel. That's a huge amount. And so that's such a like big reflection on all of us, and I feel like it doesn't matter like on YouNow, if you're on YouTube, if you're an Instagram or like an Instagram model, or like you like to take photos and post it on Instagram, or if you're like big on Twitter or any other platform. For me, at least, again, it's YouTube. Like that's probably the best way, the like my biggest whatever platform you want to call it. I don't really know, but I feel like it's such a reflection of all of us because he's so big and he's so important and he's like all over the place that like I feel like we ought to talk about it. So, um, I don't know. Like I've always been a fan of his. I feel like I still am a fan of Logan Paul. I feel like what he represents and like what he stands for is so important. I think the whole like Maverick thing, you know, that's a like cool thing if you think about it like in hindsight, right? Because you have so many young fans, and then you're telling them to like be yourself and all that kind of stuff. So I really really do enjoy that. And as a like fellow like college kid, or like, you know, someone who attends university, I can already tell that like the way he like started on Vine, it was probably tough for him. Like he had to work hard, and that's what like I respect about him. I think that he's done a great job. And feel free to like chime in. Like you guys could like definitely like talk about this a little bit more. I don't know like my demographic that much, so I don't know if you guys like are in school or in college or whatever. But regardless of that, like if you are, um, you know, in college, or if you're in like high school or anything, you obviously you can get like the just pressure of social media. It's like so much. So I can't even imagine like him having to like work hard and all that, and like now he's super big. Like I respect him for that. Like I think that he's really really done super well in terms of that. And so that's why I'm like, okay, well, I'm a fan of his, and I like think he does super entertaining things. But like the whole like, I don't know, this the whole like suicide thing was just like a little bit too much, just because like he has such a young audience as it is, and he does stand for such a unique, like important thing, that to go out and like do that, you know, to film that and then post it, like it's just really hard for me to like comprehend. Like as I don't know, I would say like because we are in the same like age group, and I don't think like I would ever like be able to actually do that. Like, and I think my first, at least my first reaction to the whole situation was like, oh my god, like what is he doing? This is like super, you know, not, it's very hard to put in words, but like it's my first response, I feel like was probably like anger, because I feel like as a person who is, you know, a creator or whatever you want to call it, again, it's like a reflection of us, and I feel like you have to have like common sense, you know, to not do that type of stuff. I don't know, maybe it was like poor judgment, but whatever it was, like at in the moment, you know, like you were filming this, and that's fine, you know. And like I know a lot of people have like a lot of issues with the whole like laughing thing, right? Like him filming and then seeing the body and then like laughing, and his friends like laughing and all that kind of stuff. And I feel like that's horrible. But like beyond that, like to be able to film that and then edit it, go through the process of editing a video and then posting it, and throughout the entire thing not even thinking about for 1 second whether like this is the right thing to do. um like, okay, I understand. Like we film things, you know, that's like a normal thing. That's in our generation, that's a normal thing. You know, like Snapchat things, we post things on like different platforms on Instagram, like, or you know, we post things on our stories, like our Snapchat stories, our Instagram stories, our Facebook stories, all that kind of stuff. And that's like a normal thing. But to be able to actually film it like with a professional camera, and then, you know, like go ahead and edit it, you know, like on your laptop, you have all, you know, you take it out from your SD card, you start editing it, and throughout this entire process, and he has a team with him too, so it's not like he's alone in this, and he has like, oh, he just had like a lag of bad judgment or whatever. No, like he had people with him, and even through that, he still like ended up posting it. Just for me, it's like really really hard to, you know, like even think about. And I think that's just like such a bad reflection on all of us. Um, and like he should have just known like morally that this wasn't the right way to do it. Um, and obviously, I feel like once you hit like a certain amount, I'm not saying that I'm at that amount, or even if I were at that amount, I don't think like I would ever react or like act in this way. But I feel like once you do reach like 15 million subscribers, right, like you sort of have your own like pressure, and then you think that like it's a numbers game for him at this point, you know, like it's his job, it's a business. He wants to be like the best or whatever out there, but I feel like there's just a certain like line that you can't cross. And I think that he hasn't like sort of realized that yet. So, of course, like, again, it's a competition, it's a numbers game, like, you want to get up there. I know that that whole, like, side of YouTube is just very much about that, which I'm not, but, like, and I tend to, like, stray away from creators who are like that. But, like, if you are watching them or if you are associated with them in any way, like, they are just about that at this point. They are about the competition, they are about the numbers, they are about, that's the way it is. And I understand that. Like, I'm a pretty realistic person. I feel like there is, like, a natural hierarchy in the world. Like, obviously there are more important people in the world than other people. That's just the way it is. That's why people are considered popular, or, like, considered, like, not really so popular, or whatever it is. And I think, like, that's just the way the world works, and I feel like we're constantly in a struggle of, like, oh, who's more powerful, who's more popular, who's all that. But I feel like there's certain situations where, like, morally we are all the same, and, like, you just gotta understand that sometimes, like, power comes from within, and you gotta know, like, your boundaries, and know, like, just human decency and, like, human boundaries in general. um and, like, I feel like that was just a slip of the mind. But for me, like, personally, I just can't imagine, like, fine, we accept that you filmed it, like, this is your job, we accept that even, like, your natural reaction was to, like, oh, laugh about it, like, fine, like, people react in different ways. But, like, to still go through the entire process of editing it, going through your entire team, I'm sure he showed this to multiple people before posting it online, going through all that and then still posting it for, like, millions of people to see is just, like, I don't understand. Especially when you do understand, when you do know that, like, your demographic is so young that, like, they don't need to see this kind of type of stuff. And again, like, going back to, he wants to be entertaining, he wants to be, like, the best in the business, that's fine. But, like, there's just certain things that you gotta know when to just not post. um and, like, I don't know, I feel like a lot of people, I've been watching a ton of these. Let me know. Okay, let's see, like, what you guys are saying, because I know that I've been, like, sort of ignoring this. All right, so, and that is where his biggest mistake, filming was a mistake, but then consciously decide. Yeah, exactly. So, like, that's just, like, disrespect. There's also this huge video. I can retweet it if you guys follow me on Twitter, which I feel like a lot of you don't. But I'm sure that you guys probably saw this already, on Twitter. There's just, like, this video of him and his whole trip in general in Japan, um, and how it's, like, super, how he's just been disrespectful in general, like the whole, like, throwing the Pokemon, like, pillow or whatever at people, and, like, or, like, saying something that's super, like, stereotypical or something like that. Like, obviously, I think he's trying to, like, hit into the whole, like, the SNL, the whole, like, Comedy Central, that kind of stuff. And I feel like that's such a big thing at this point, because obviously, like, I do watch Comedy Central, I do watch SNL, I do watch, like, Colbert, and, like, I feel like there's such a fine line between, like, comedy and then, like, just straight, like, disrespect, that you gotta know when to, like, pick and choose. And I feel like for him, at least, that's one thing that he hasn't been able to break through, and I think he's trying to do that. Um, Maybe it wasn't. I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt and saying that this is, like, an unconscious, like, sort of decision that he made when he wanted to, like, film this videos, because obviously you go through a script, right? At that point, when you have 15 million, like, subscribers, everything is scripted. He has a team, he has people around him all the time, he has a manager. The entire vlog is scripted for, you know, normal purposes, because he is at that point. But whatever that is, like, I still feel like you can be satirical and, like, still, like, make fun of, like, a certain culture or a certain, like, society or whatever, but also be respectful at the same time. And I think he hasn't found that. So, like, that video that's, like, trending, or that's been going around on Twitter, like, I saw that and I was like, okay, well, clearly we see, like, what he's trying to do, but, like, it's just still so disrespectful that, like, I don't understand. And I feel like he's such a smart person too, so it, like, pains me to, like, see certain actions play out, because, like, I don't know. He he attended, like, whatever, a semester, a year in college. He was going to be, like, whatever, an engineer or whatever. And from whatever vlogs I've seen, he does seem like he's super, um, you know, smart. I feel like he's a smart dude. So it like honestly it like hurts me, like pains me to think that such a smart person can like make this sort of mistake, um, or like be blindsided by like fame or like that type of situation. I don't know. What do you guys think? So when you see someone die on TV, we know it's fake. When it's yeah, of course. Um, yeah, and I feel like that's such a big thing, right? Like we see so many people like die on TV, right? That's a huge thing. Like the whole crime entertainment, the whole like thriller entertainment, movies, TV shows, all that kind of stuff. We see people like dying on a daily basis on TV, but like that's different than in real life. And I think at this point we're still at the I don't know if you guys like watch Black Mirror or something. Like I've watched like a couple episodes, so I don't really know, but I know from whatever I've watched, I feel like that's the best way that I can like compare it to. It's just we are so disconnected from each other at this point, and we're so invested in technology that like we don't understand like reality versus like I don't know, fantasy. I don't know. It's just like so weird to even think about that. Like YouTube at this point has is that generation's like TV. So when you watch a YouTube video, you're like escaping from thanks for the likes by the way. You're escaping from like whatever you're in and you're watching a YouTube video to be like entertained, or if you're watching a YouTube video to like get informed or whatever, that's a different scenario. But like let's focus on the entertainment portion. Like just like TV, just like movies, just like anything in that type of that industry, you're watching it to like escape from the rest of your life essentially, and you're doing it for entertainment purposes. So at this point, like YouTube and like YouNow and like whatever other platforms are on here is their like our generation and our the younger generations like TV. So obviously like when you see like a dead body on YouTube, I feel like the first instinct for a lot of people is to not recognize that this is a real thing, that this is like someone's actual like this was a living person that for some, unfortunate reason um took their life, and like you don't know their scenario, you don't know their family, you don't know like why or the position that they're in, and this goes beyond his whole like I'm calling it an excuse because I think it's an excuse, his excuse of like the suicide prevention thing, like like I don't think his intention was going there. He did not fly all the way to Japan just to promote like suicide awareness. There's definitely like he definitely wanted to go into the forest and like film this video so that people know like, oh my god, I've been in the suicide forest and like I filmed like a dead guy or whatever. Like that was his initial goal. And so now I think it's just like an excuse saying that, oh yeah, I did it for awareness. Like, no, I don't think you did it for awareness. I think you did it for entertainment. But like I don't think you need I think that he needs to understand that there's such a fine line right now between normal like entertainment and like entertainment that's sort of reality. I don't even know how to explain it because like what would you call YouTube, right? Like YouTube is basically TV except it's actually happening, right? Like a lot of the times of course like it's sets, you see like vloggers and you see like people like doing pranks or whatever it is, and like obviously for a fact that this is set up. But like there are certain things when you're vlogging your daily life, or when you're vlogging like Logan did and he went to Japan and he shot all this, um, that's a real thing, that's a real place, that's a real that exists in the world. Like it goes beyond like just a set that's on TV, or like a set that's in a movie or whatever. Like this is a real thing, this is a real person, this is a real place. This is like actually happening. And so I feel like for people who are younger, especially, which a lot of his fans are, it's hard for them to like differentiate between what's real and what's fake, because there's just like this stigma going around that like, oh, YouTube is super real and YouTube is like super, like this is what they do in a daily life. They have amazing like lives, and like they're doing such cool things. They're doing all these like tricks and like these pranks, and this is like their daily life. They're having their times of their lives and all that kind of stuff. But like, and then you switch to traditional, um, I don't know, TV, and you kind of figure out that, oh no, this is actually not, you know, this isn't real. This isn't real, and then this is fake. I don't know how to explain it, but the moral of the story is that like I feel like he should have just gone through it a couple times before posting it online, because obviously now it's out there and millions of people are talking about it, and it's just like a really really weird reflection on all of us, um, as people who are active on social media. Um, and I think that a lot of people who are saying that we should like forgive Logan or like let's move on or whatever, I sort of like half agree. I feel like we definitely should move on from like the situation itself, but we should definitely try to like focus on helping like people who are in pain and who are suffering from depression or who are having suicidal thoughts or whatever. You guys like know for a fact that like I'm always open if you guys are having a tough day. Like, I've had high school kids like DM me, saying that, hey, like I just had a really rough day. Like I watched your video and it was nice. Like it felt like I was talking to a friend. And that just like that's all that I want, is that like I want you guys to know that like you have friends. Like it doesn't matter the age. It doesn't matter if you're a lot older than me. It doesn't matter if you're a lot younger than me. It doesn't matter if you're the same age as me. Um, like regardless of that, like I feel like we need as a community to be open to each other, and if you are suffering from any sort of mental illness, like you do need to get the help that you need, and you do need to open up and like talk to someone about it and not just like keep it inside you. And I feel like that's something that we as a community, we as creators, we as whatever you want to call it, like we as human beings should like focus on at this point. And of course, like we need to condemn those that need to be condemned. In this case, I'm you know, outright condemning the actions of Logan Paul, and I feel like so many people are as well. Um, but you know, I don't think that focusing on his story and just focusing on what he's been doing and recapping it 1,000 times is gonna help at this point. I feel like now what's happened is like one and done, and we just gotta like sort of move on. Um, but again, like just know that I'm here. Like if you guys need anyone to talk to, and I'm sure that other people who are supporters of mine, like they're probably open as well. So if you guys like really are, suffering from anything, or if you just even have a bad day, like you can always talk about it to me or about like anybody else on my channel. Um, like I'm sure that will all be super helpful, because I feel like at least coming from like YouTube being like my main my main platform, I feel like it's such a cool thing to see so many of you guys like in the comments be so supportive of not only me but of everyone in general. Um, and I think that that's what it's all about. I feel like social media has done 180s. I'm not gonna lie, I personally am a little bit upset with like YouTube in general, just because um, if you guys were sort of like updated, or if you guys were like active when this whole like situation went down, um, he was number one on trending, um, and his apology was number one on trending, and all the reposts of all of the videos were like trending, and it's kind of annoying for not I'm not even talking about myself, because I understand that I'm a small YouTuber, if you want to call that. So it's not even like me complaining, it's just like me in general, like observing and just kind of being annoyed that creators who are genuinely trying to do good in this world, are genuinely trying to like do something nice, like post videos for other people to help them, to entertain them, to do good, like like spread positivity. Um, they are being pushed down, and rather like people who are just big in numbers, um, are trending, and it's just like it's kind of annoying, um, to just, I don't know. It's really, it's hard to explain because I feel like I don't have enough like power or even experience in this whole like thing, um, to, you know, talk about this type of stuff. I feel like if someone maybe who has like more power, more numbers, more fans, or whatever you want to call it, um, might have like a better explanation. But like even as a small person, um, small like YouTuber again. I hate using that word because I feel like I'm not a YouTuber, but a lot of you guys keep saying that, so that's why I'm like agreeing with you guys. But because of that, like I just want to say like it's just so annoying that it's become more of like a business, and I understand like that's the way of the world. It's part of Google, that's just the way the industry and like businesses um work, but like it's just from a small like influencers. um I'm trying to like read your comments as well, so um but yeah, like as a small like person who sort of wants to make an impact, a positive impact on you guys, um it's hard to do that when all these like huge companies are promoting the wrong kind of stuff. Anyway, all right, let's see. Like I feel like, hello, oh wow, somebody like invited a lot of people to join. Thank you. Okay, so some technology. We must use our technology to spread our humanity and not allow it. Right, yeah. I feel like we're just such in a weird situation right now where we want to use technology every way, shape, or form in our lives just because we feel like it does help us. But I feel like we are also losing that connections with other people that you don't really know. We don't really know what to do. And I feel like it's definitely like the whole Black Mirror thing where we got to figure out like how to work that out. Have you had a good first week of 2018 so far? Yeah, actually, right. Tomorrow's gonna be exactly first week. It's hard to even imagine that like 2018 has come. It's been a week. Like I'm still every time I like write anything, I still write 2017. It's just really weird to think that we're in 2018 already. Um, but yeah, my first week was amazing. How was your first week? How was your first, I don't know, for those of you who are in school or for those of you who are working, I'm sure that you guys have probably like gone back, right? To work or to school or whatever. Um, I am in college, so I still have a couple more days until my semester starts up again. So yeah, I'm spending it as much as I possibly can, like just doing the normal thing, sleeping, because once the semester starts, I know that that's something that I'm going to be lacking. Um, but yeah, so any like amazing New Year's stuff that you guys have been doing? Do you guys have any like New Year's resolutions? I was gonna say a lot of you guys like on Instagram especially have been like DMing me saying that, oh my god, your resolution should be like to like grow and to like hit, like I've had people being like, oh, I hope you hit like 1 million on YouTube and all that kind of stuff, and I'm like, I don't even know. um like honestly, I'm just like chilling. I'm happy with the way the size that I'm at right now is fine. Of course, I feel like a good resolution to have is always to grow. And I not only like numbers wise, but obviously like as a person, and I feel like that's definitely like on my list. Probably, to like at least gain a couple more thousand. I don't know. Um, but all right. You wrote a poem today. Do you want to share it? I feel like poems are like very like personal. I don't know. If I write anything, I feel like it's just for me. I like can't share it with anyone. But if you want to share it, go right ahead. Um, but any of you guys else have like New Year's resolutions, or if you have um Anything special going on? Uh, yeah, I love when you guys like submit your channel for monetization. Yeah, I should. I think it actually is. I'm not really sure. I have to check. Um, that's another thing that I'm going to rant about just slightly. I don't want to like bash because I hate like spreading negativity. But like one thing that I gotta say is that obviously like YouTube is, again, for those of you who are new, YouTube is like my main platform. So I'm technically like earning money from YouTube, but like the whole monetizing videos is so confusing, and I'm sure that like people who are bigger YouTubers than me and then you watch their videos, they probably complain about this as well. Nobody knows how that works. Like nobody knows how you earn money or like the algorithms that's going on. And I guess this ties into like the whole Logan Paul thing as well that I was talking about earlier. Um, like we just don't know as a community on YouTube what the company is looking for and like what the business promotes. So no one knows like how you earn more money versus like other people. Like if you would look at a certain video of mine, I'm just using me as an example. Obviously, like there are tons of people that are much bigger than me that are earning a lot more money than me. But like even if it's a couple dollars for me, like I'm just using that as an example because I only know about myself. Um, but even if you look at a particular video, hey, what's up? Um, like there's just a certain there's certain videos that are promoted more, there are certain videos that earn more money versus like other videos. But like and then there's some videos that like are flagged for like not being monetized, and if you guys are from my channel, you know for a fact that there's no reason why any of my videos like shouldn't not be monetized, like cuz I don't like my videos are super like, I don't know, the best way I can probably say is like it's super like PG rated, like it's not at all um like it's crazy. There's no like weird violent things. There's no like I don't swear. I don't even know um like and even then there's people that like YouTube like flags me for certain videos, and I'm like, are you kidding me? Like I'm just out here like trying to share my like, you know, conversation, my opinion, and you're just like going ahead and like flagging me. Like I don't understand. So that's like another thing. I don't even know, how did I get into this conversation? Oh, someone said like someone, okay, yeah. So that's another complaint. It's like a little rant, but um yeah, again, you guys know that I don't like to like bash certain people or like bash like companies or like communities or anything, but like that's one thing that just annoys me so much. Um but anyway, are you freezing? It's been so cold. Yeah, it's been so cold. I don't know. I feel like it's just the US in general. Um I know that I have a couple like fans from um Cali. How is it there? Because I know that the last time I live streamed, which was close to Thanksgiving, I don't remember the exact date, um, but there was a bunch of like wildfires going on at that point. Has that like died down? I don't know. I honestly don't know who's watching right now. So if you guys like are from Cali and if you guys know about the whole like wildfire thing, let me know if you guys like if that's still going on or if that's like died down or like how's that going. Um, I would say the entire like this half of the U.S. Um, it's 81 in Cali right now. No fires anymore. Okay, cool. So, but it's still so warm, and we're freezing like here in the east. I feel like it's split down the middle, right? Like half is like super hot and then half is just like freezing. Like even Florida is like so cold. Um and I think like it's snowing in like Atlanta, um and it's like snowing in where else? I don't remember. But I've just been like looking at the news and like the weather channel and stuff, and like it's been snowing everywhere. It's been freezing. Um I don't know what's going on. Honestly, it's sort of weird. Um, Do I have any pets? I don't. I actually, I used to have this sort of a funny thing. I used to have two frogs. I feel like I mentioned this on my channel before. I don't know. Um, I used to have two frogs because in school, we got, this was like back in middle school. We got crabs, frogs, and like millipedes. I don't know. Those of you, I don't know if this still goes on. In middle school, if anyone's in middle school or high school, like let me know. Um, but I know that we used to get like animals into our classrooms, and then we used to like watch them for a couple weeks, and then at the end, or like science, like observation days, like we used to be able to like take home animals. So I took home two like aquatic frogs. So those were the only two pets that I've ever had in my entire life. um like a ton of my friends have so many other pets. They have like cats. I have like one of my best friends like lives on a farm, so she has dogs, cats, like chickens, horses, and it's just like really, really, she has a lot of animals. So like I'm down there like quite a bit, so it's not like I'm like out of animals. Like I have plenty of animals around me, but I just personally like in my house I don't have any. Um, and plus, um, again, I'm in college, so I live on campus in dorms. Um, so I can't have a pet. But yeah, I mean, we have 3 seasons in California. Winter is non-existent to us most of the time. Okay, but I mean, like, it's still winter, like like winter still exists though. Like you still have a dip in like temperatures per se. Like it doesn't have to be like snowing or like freezing temperatures, but you still like, you know, you have cold, like relative cold weather. So um, that's what I was talking about. I feel like it's split in half. I feel like half is like super super hot, and then half is like very very cold. All right. I'll read the poem. A bunch of you guys are so sweet. Like, um, I love it. Like, it makes me so happy when, um, either on Twitter or like Instagram or whatever, and you guys like message me or DM me or anything, and a ton of you guys like send me such like cute things. It's so nice. Like I love that sort of environment. Um, but yeah, I feel like this live stream went. You definitely need more Twitter followers. I know. I think it's just because I don't go on this Twitter um at all. Um, like if I go on Twitter, it's basically just for like, well, seeing like new, because I feel like Twitter's the one thing wherever you are, regardless if you're watching the news, if you are on YouTube, if you're on any other platform, like Twitter is one thing that it's so fast. Like a new like story, new like news. Everything is like so updated that like that's the only reason why I'm on Twitter. Um, because I generally don't tweet. Like if you guys follow me, like I just don't tweet like at all. Um, maybe if you guys like start following me, I will. I just retweet, but like I don't actually tweet that much. Um, but yeah, actually, you know what? If you guys aren't following me on Twitter, go follow me. That like we can have a little more better conversation through that, um, as well. Because I feel like why not? I mostly use YouTube and Instagram. Not gonna lie. I don't even use YouNow as much. I just feel like this is the easiest way to talk to you guys like live. Um, but yeah, that's the reason why yeah, Twitter is such a cool like. I feel like there was a dip. Um, so if you have a reaction request, it's better to post it on YouTube than Twitter. I would say, how do I explain this? Not necessarily, because you take people who DM me on both like Instagram and Twitter. Um, I I do get a lot of DMs and I do get a lot of like messages. So, but probably there's probably a better chance that I'm gonna see it if you do DM me on Twitter or Instagram, or if you just tweet me. Um, I will definitely most likely see it on that. Um, However, for reaction requests, um, I'm always in a tough spot because I get so many. So just like, of course, I will take particular ones. I feel like there's few videos, like the last like Lay Twins one. If you guys are, I don't know if you guys are actually like interested, but like the last like Lay Twins reaction that I did, it was a it was a DM, and it was a very specific request, and which is why I actually got a couple people like not really digging it, and not a lot of people like that one because it was so specific. Um, to answer your question, I feel like I take sort of both. Um, but on YouTube, I do take the ones that are liked and requested the most, if that makes any sense. So if in a comment, like someone requests a certain video and then it has 50, 100 likes or whatever on it, um, I'm more likely to react to that than someone, just one or two people like requesting another video, if that makes sense. Does that make sense? I just think it's sort of fairer that way. I understand that like people who are more like active fans, or people who are like I don't know, very interested in what I very much respect that, and I think that's such a like I appreciate that as well, and I try to do as many of those requests, but like as a channel as a whole, like I tend to like react to those that are like requested a lot, or like have like more likes on them or whatever, just because I feel like it satisfies more people, if that makes any sense. Um, but I actually do know that I do remember and I recognize you because I know that you have been requesting specific videos, so which I can definitely take a look at and I can definitely react to. What I would say is, I don't know. I feel like for those of you, not just one or two of you who are asking the questions, but like for those of you and for the people that are watching on my channel afterwards, if you guys want to make requests, um, like go ahead and tweet me or DM me or whatever, as well as posting them on YouTube. If you post it on YouTube as well, I feel like there's going to be a lot more people in the community who will give you like likes and will like you guys. So that'll also sort of boost that particular request, if that makes any sense. Um, but I also do take like specific requests, but it's probably less than those that I don't know. I sort of go with just democracy, what the people want, I sort of give them, and whatever like the majority like sort of really want me to react to, I would tend to take a look at those first. Again, I just get so many requests, like all really hard for me to say yes to some and say no to others. I wish this is probably the first time that I've ever said this, but I wish that I had like more time, um, where I wish that like I was able to like give more time to this part of my life, if that makes any sense, like in terms of social media, like YouTube and YouNow and Instagram and all that kind of stuff, just because I do enjoy that as so much. But obviously, like I also am a college kid, so I tend to only like take a look at those that like the people, whatever people want, I tend to like take a look at. Um, I don't know. That was just like a 5 minute like answer to one person's question. I'm sorry. But I do know that you've been requesting, so I will try to take a look at what you said, that you wanted me to take a look at. I definitely will. Thank you to those of you guys who have been, you know, active and like chatting with me. You're really well spoken. Thanks. Um, all you can do is all you can do. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, that's honestly, I feel like that just sums up my entire life at this point, like in general. Not even like, um, you know, just my life in general in terms of college and in terms of um, YouTube and goals and what I want to do with my life. I feel like I don't know where I'm at right now. If you guys want me to continue, like I feel like I'm definitely going to continue on here, um, because this is just probably the easiest way to get like quick word out. Um, and I think that the last time I live streamed, someone said that on Instagram I should probably like, go live on Instagram instead or go live on YouTube instead. Um, which I genuinely I would, but I don't know. I feel like this is probably another easy way to get stuff out there. All right. Dang, I've been talking for like 46 minutes. I'm running out of like stuff to talk about. But for those of you who are leaving, for those of you who stayed from the beginning, thank you guys so much. Thank you for your support. Thank you guys for your DMs. Thank you guys for your comments on all channel. Thank you guys for supporting in general. Thank you guys. I don't even know. Like I'm just um thinking in general. Um, if you guys want me to again like react to specific things, you guys know what to do. Um, go follow me on everything. If you aren't subscribed to my channel, go subscribe because I mean we always gotta plug a little bit, just a bit, because thank you for being here. Yeah, don't be a stranger. You know, you. That was pretty funny. Yeah, I definitely will. I'm sorry, not been the last time. It was like a month ago. I'm so sorry I haven't like been on here before this. But I promise. I feel like I will do it on weekends probably because that's probably the easiest way for me. Um, yeah. So, but if you guys like have, I know that someone sent me a poem today. I will take a look at it now. If you guys like have any specific things that you want to like share with me, because I'm here for you guys. So if you like, if you have any poems, if you have any stories, if you need any advice, if you want someone to talk to, you guys know that I'm here. Just kind of like taking it full circle. Again, if you are not feeling 100%, if you are having a bad day, if you are, suffering from any sort of depression or anxiety or any sort of thing, I can say from personal experience, I do have some experience in that area. Obviously, I'm not a doctor, so the best bet would to be for you to talk to a doctor. But again, if you want someone who's more like local, more in touch, more approachable, just know that I'm always here. This goes beyond the people that are live with me right now. This goes um, for people that are watching this later as well. So if you guys like need someone to talk to, feel free to talk to me. Don't like hesitate. Um, it's just a very important, especially after this whole like big thing that just happened. I feel like it's very important for communities and like people in general just to be a lot more open. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it on that note. Very like positive and you know, we out here, trying to be as positive as possible. My rant is over. I'm probably not gonna talk about that topic again unless you guys like really, really want me to. Um, because I just feel like dwelling on it is just not a good idea and we need to move forward. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna be doing. But I'm gonna end it here. Any last words, any last questions, any last like stuff that you guys want to say before I like end it? Are we good? Um, all right. I'm gonna close off. I hope you guys have a great day. If you are from the US, obviously it's like Saturday, so spend it wisely, have fun. Stay warm if you're from the East Coast, because it's freezing, but yeah, have a wonderful day, you guys. Thank you for everything, basically. I already thanked you guys, but I feel like I just need to say it again. Alright, I'm gonna leave now, so see ya.